General feedback is just as useless. They're a team player, they're hardworking, they're difficult to work with. Good initiative, thorough, aggressive, great customer service. We all understand these words, but they have different meanings to different individuals, right? So hardworking for me might be just showing up on time, right? And not putting any extra effort in. Customer service, for me, might be the customer comes in and I quickly help them and move them along. Whereas for somebody else, great customer service might be, hey, how are you? Have you found everything? Have you seen our special promotion today? And doing the upsell, maybe that's exceptional customer service. So general compliments and general feedback is useless. And why is it useless? Why is me saying, good job today, guys, thanks for listening? If I said, I'm sorry, what's your name? Sherry? If I said, Sherry, thank you so much for being first. You're breaking the bubble, and thank you for being engaging. It really helps me as a presenter when there's audience participation. It makes the presentation a lot better. Thank you for that. Is that a lot more meaningful, constructive feedback than say, hey, Sherry, thanks. Thanks for today. She might not have no idea, okay, well, I have no idea what I said or did or that sort of thing. So general feedback is useless. So what you try to do is you try to throw that away and say, offers to help others on the team even when it's not his job. So what kind of attributes are usually to that statement? So what do we, if I said that, what would you say? Is that hardworking? A leader. Okay, so that might be he shows leadership qualities, but that doesn't say he stays and helps out the team, even if it's not his job. What other qualities do we take towards this kind of phrase? A team player. One more, and I'll let you guys go. Over and exceeding expectations. So we had 3 people with 3 definitions of the same sentence we've just used. That's why it's so critical to actually use a full sentence when describing meaningful feedback. So if you write back to me saying, you know what, this presentation sucked, that doesn't help me to create a better presentation for next time. Questions every decision. So what would you, what kind of attributes would we give that person? Difficult to work with, challenging, analytical. So that's a positive thing. One more and I'll let you guys go. My expectation is 3 answers for each question. Thorough. Perfect. Again, 3 different answers for the same sentence. Raises his voice in the meeting when he is frustrated. Aggressive, rude, unprofessional. You are aggressive, rude, and unprofessional. I just used the sentence. Is that constructive feedback? No. So the rule is you stick with facts, evidence, and examples, okay? If you can't bring up a fact, so not an interpretation, not an analysis, but an actual fact, evidence, or example to it, you shouldn't be bringing up feedback. You need to actually, because it's very, well, you're rude. Well, give me the next person, what's the person's next answer to that? Give me an example. Give me a situation, right? You must provide evidence, examples, and situations in when you're giving constructive feedback. Otherwise, the person can always challenge you. The rule is you should be able to tell a third person or create a video of the situation in a person's head that they see what kind of behavior that is. That's constructive feedback. So when we are in a board meeting and you're caught off guard and unprepared for a question, you become defensive and you raise your voice. You say that it's not your fault. You raise your voice and you shut down and you don't want to talk about the situation anymore. Are you aware that you're doing this? Okay? And I don't do that. Okay? Well, it happened on March 23rd when we talked about this situation in the meeting. That's when you can have meaningful dialogue. Billy, you're just rude and no one wants to work with you. Is just mean. Okay? It's not constructive feedback. If you can't give an example of a situation that you want improvement or change in, you are not ready to give feedback. Okay? So that just means that person's annoying you, not meeting your expectations, or doing something different. But it doesn't mean that they are ready for feedback, or they should get feedback, because it's going to be a very defensive and challenging conversation if you can't bring up evidence, examples, and facts of the opinions are out of here. In my personal opinion, that's unprofessional. Okay? Again, that's open to interpretation. Okay? You raising your voice in meetings when you're frustrated is an actual fact. It's evidence and examples of that situation.